So, after Roe v. Wade has been overturned by the Supreme Court, seems like maybe the Young Turks Anna Kasparian, who spends all her time sucking up to the Democrats and the squad, may have learned her lesson. She had this to say on the show a few days ago.
And then the Democratic Party just points to them and says, wouldn't it be terrible if they were in office? Now, like, imagine what if we had one party that actually cared about what your life was like and cared that your wages keep, losing out against inflation more and more so every year. Like, how easy would it be to beat that?
They don't care about you. Let's just be very clear. They don't care about you.
They don't care about you.
And not just you, John, all of us. The Democratic Party, the mainstream Democratic Party today, gave us a massive middle finger, okay?
I don't know what she means by the mainstream Democratic Party. It's the entire Democratic Party.
Joe Biden, and Francesca will talk about this on the show later in I believe, the second hour. But Joe Biden's speech today was, man, this really sucks. You should really elect more of us so this doesn't happen. You guys are in charge. What are you talking about? Nancy Pelosi sending out the fundraising emails immediately. What a gift. What a gift to the Democratic Party. Time to fundraise. What an awesome issue that we can campaign on, fundraise on, and then do absolutely nothing about. And by the way,
scamming people for so that they vote for them, to saying that they're going to do something about abortion.
Wait, speaking of Nancy Pelosi, I'd like to share the double middle finger that she gave the American people today by reading a poem from a member of the Israeli military. Let's watch.
From time to time, I quote.
Yeah, thanks a lot, said Pelosi.
Clearly she hopes that the Supreme Court will open its eyes. Clearly she hopes. A useless, pathetic shell of a woman, step down immediately. You are not fit to lead anything. You are not fit to fight. You couldn't fight your way out of a wet paper bag. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, I mean, the whole point of Force the Vote was so that to hold Nancy Pelosi accountable by making her vote for Medicare for All, actually forcing her to do something. But you had to smear Jimmy Dore over that.
Nancy Pelosi, including the rest of Democratic leadership, needs to step the hell down. I mean, they're holding on to power, will not let it go, and the country is suffering as a result of that.
Yeah.
It's absolutely pathetic.
There's a concept in the parliamentary system of vote of no confidence. There's the idea, and more importantly than what you did with your actual power, and it was advancing the same mission as these Republicans.
Yeah, and just to back up a little bit, I just want to remind everyone that back in 2009, when President Barack Obama had a super majority in Congress and had the ability to pass a federal law protecting women's reproductive rights, he literally said that it wasn't the top priority. It wasn't a priority, okay? Because he would rather capitulate to the Republican Party with the hope that they would help him pass his Heritage Foundation written Affordable Care Act.
But it did work though, Anna, right? I mean, at least, like, it was a rough bargain, but
yeah, it's almost like the Democrats don't want to get anything passed.
In the end, they helped.
But, it's interesting to see how the establishment Democrats are trying to rewrite history and feed us this revisionist garbage about why Obama didn't do it. Now, Obama didn't do it because he was capitulating to the right wing. Make no mistake about it. But what they're trying to tell us now is, no, the reason why Obama didn't do it is because he couldn't do it. Yeah, he had a super majority in Congress, but there were blue dog Democrats who were standing in the way. And then you have Nancy Pelosi, fast forward to today, after reading the leaked reversal of Roe v. Wade. Okay, this is before the official reversal happened. After that leak, she decides to campaign for a right-wing Democrat who, for the most part, voted along with Donald Trump when he was in power, and that's Henry Cuellar, when she could have endorsed his progressive primary challenger, Jessica Cisneros.
Indeed.
And who knows, maybe that endorsement would have made all the difference because that was a close race.
It was.
But make no mistake, we know what the Republican Party is about. And sometimes people get mad because they feel like I'm a little too harsh toward Democrats. I should focus more of my energy toward Republicans. Listen,
It's almost, you spend all your time attacking Democrats, Anna. You sound just like a right-winger. I mean, she sounds, this is just the same sort of grift that we're seeing with Anna. With Jimmy Dore that we're seeing with Anna, right?
listen, guys, I tell you that Republicans, the Republican Party is trash every day. I don't know what more I can do. If you don't believe me, if you don't believe I'm being sincere there, okay, that's on you. But the Republican Party tells us who they are. They tell us what they plan to do. They give us endless warnings about what they're going to do. But the Democrats, they lie to us.
Yeah.
They fundraise off issues we care about. They purport to care about the same issues. They claim they're going to fight for those same issues. And when push comes to shove, all they give us is kente cloths and poems. I'm not interested. This party is an absolute failure. They failed the American people. And I'm done with the performative politics. I'm done with like the incredibly shallow culture war narratives. I want fighters. Because this isn't just about like, let's have a friendly debate about policy. They are rolling back our rights. And if you think it stops at reproductive rights, you're sadly mistaken. They're coming for gay marriage. They're coming for contraception. In fact, Clarence Thomas made that abundantly clear in his decision. He wrote a separate decision that concurs with the conservative justices, but goes even further. He wants to roll back all of those other constitutional rights that have been granted to people in the gay community, that have been granted to married couples. He wants to allow states to regulate what kind of sex you're engaging in. Okay? He wants to uphold anti-sodomy laws. These people are creeps. Okay? Here's what non-creeps don't do. Okay? Non-creeps don't sit around thinking about anal sex among other people who are in relationships. I don't think about other people having anal sex. Conservative justices, along with the right-wing movement in this country, they can't stop thinking about anal sex. It's on the mind all the time. So much so that Clarence Thomas wants to regulate whether you have anal sex, how you have anal sex. Super creepy stuff. Super creepy. Sounds like the Supreme Court has a few groomers in it. One final thing I'll say is, don't waste your money by giving it to members of the Democratic Party. They are going to be fundraising off of this. They are going to exploit this tragic moment for their own political purposes, and they don't deserve that funding in their campaign coffers. They have abandoned the American people. They only look out for themselves. The only time you ever see a corporate Democrat fight is if they're fighting progressive members of their own party. Other than that, they're useless.
Indeed, Anna. Indeed. Yeah, you know who else was saying this stuff? Jimmy Dore. He was saying it way before you were. What does it tell you? And do you want to just smear him and call him a grifter? What does it tell you about these people? It tells you that they're these left-wing, these fake progressives on YouTube who just want to bash Jimmy Dore all the time. It tells you that they are dishonest frauds. She basically just said everything that Jimmy Dore has been saying. The Democrats are weak. They don't care about women's rights. They don't care about women's rights, and they want to scam voters into fundraising for them. No, and what voters, if you're worried about women's rights, you have to promote like women's organizations, support women's organizations in red states that are going to fight for women's rights. Abortion in states where it's been banned, providing safe access to abortion in states where it's been banned. And these people, I guess Anna's come to the same conclusion that Jimmy Dore has eventually, that Jimmy Dore has been saying for a long time. The same thing he's been saying for a long time. The thing is, I guess he was just naive for all this time. And the reason why Jeffrey Katzenberg funds these fake left-wing YouTube channels like the Young Turks is because neoliberal shills, the neoliberal democratic shills, they know that they can co-opt people who think they're leftists when they're not and get them to vote Democrat. So anyway, Anna's going down, the Young Turks are going down. We need a revolution. People are rising up. They're unsubscribing from the Young Turks. They're listening to Jimmy Dore because he speaks the truth. And there you have it.